This is incredible. I'm getting it.
You're getting what?
A stock.
What stock?
Shade's Crazy Cash!
In this video, I'm going to go over the 15-minute time frame SPY option strategy that gives 1 to 2 signals a day. You don't really want to trade the last hour. You get your 1 or 2 trades in and get the hell out with the money. You can make about 50 to 100 bucks a day doing this. And as you can see here, I have the key levels marked out. What are key levels? These are levels of resistance or support where the price went to and then got pushed down. You can see here right at open on these 15-minute candles, we went right to the top of this range and then back to the bottom of it here close, and we bounced off of the purple line. As you can see, the purple line coming in clutch as usual. Now, we are not looking to buy at these ranges. We're not looking to buy in a range. We're not really looking to trade at support or resistance. We're looking for that sweet signal on the MACD. So the indicators that you need: MA, moving average. Sometimes it's called the simple moving average on other platforms. It's the 200. You can change it to green, blue, yellow, whatever color you like. I just like using purple because it stands out among the green and red. On down here, the MACD. The MACD, here are the settings. Short 51, long 4, M3. That's, I know some of you are like, whoa, Shades, what the hell is that? 51, and then it drops down to 4 and 3. Well, I've never talked about adjustments to the indicators, because that's a little bit more advanced, but you don't need to know anything other than 51, 4, and 3. Don't worry about why it's so long, why it's such a big number there, 51. Hell of a smoothing process there. But the point is, we need some clear, clean signals from the MACD, so we're not using your traditional 12, 26, 4 or any of the other smaller variations. We had to go with 51 here, and you'll see why this is so counterintuitive. You're going to see that in a second. So the entry signal for the SPY option strategy is when the MACD crosses under. When the MACD crosses under, you go long, right after the candle finishes printing, and you buy slightly in the money contracts, and you have to make sure that you are above the purple line. So you got to get your pencils out and write that down. If price above purple line, calls only, and you buy slightly in the money calls, and you buy once the candle finishes printing. This means that this signal right here, right? I know it's counterintuitive because you're supposed to go short when it crosses under, but this is the opposite. When it crosses under, you go long. So it crossed under here, and you went long here, right? You wait for the candle to finish printing because you don't want to get faked out. Sometimes it looks like a big green candle, and then it turns red. It's easy to look in hindsight how it printed, but in actuality, when you're sitting there watching the charts, sometimes a big green candle turns red and sometimes the opposite. So you kind of have to be keeping an eye on the clock here at the bottom right. Keep an eye on that clock down here. It tells you exactly the time in seconds, and those seconds are valuable because you need to know exactly when it's about to be 15 minutes are up for that 15-minute candle. This is a 15-minute time frame. So maybe you just set a little alarm for yourself. Hey, every 15 minutes, just take a look at the chart and see how it played out. Because obviously you don't want to be sitting here like a dummy staring at a candle printing for 15 minutes. So you can actually just set a timer off to the side, and then when it goes off, you set a timer for like 14 minutes and 30 seconds, and then you go check on it for the last 30 seconds, see how it printed. You would see that it finished printing a nice big green candle up here. You buy immediately, right? As soon as you see 14.99 or whatever the case may be, as soon as you see on the clock down here 14.99, you should already have the order ready to punch in. You punch in the order, you buy your call, and you went long here on the signal. And as you can see, because it is a 15-minute time frame, in those 15 minutes a lot can happen. We can go up quite a bit, come down quite a bit, and you'll see clearly that we went from 748.41 to a high of 749.22. It actually did go and touch this resistance here, so it is important to know your support and resistance, right? You have to look at the 2-hour, 4-hour time frame and figure out, okay, where did we, where did buyers show up? Where did sellers show up? We expected sellers to show up here, so I took profit, right? Take profit. There's two ways to take profit. Either you take profit when it comes up to a key level of resistance, and you can see further in the day we actually did break out. We actually did get the breakout here, but that didn't happen here. So instead you just took the profit, right? You can just take the profit, make your 30-40 bucks, and my laptop here is just going wacko banana right now. Just absolutely wacko banana. Okay. So I don't know what's happening here. Maybe someone's taking control of my laptop here. I don't. Is there a button that's being pressed? I don't know. Maybe someone has figured out this guy's giving away the winning strat. All right. You know what it is? I don't know what it is. But anyways, as I was saying, this is the strategy. You buy, candle finishes printing. If it comes up to a resistance level, just take the profit, because more than likely it's going to sell off. So you don't want to be like, you don't want to see it be up in the green and then you watch it come back down, because we would expect a sell-off at these key levels. It happened on the next candle. So you actually would have lost money if you didn't take into account this rule. So if you buy on a signal and the price touches that resistance level, take the profit at the resistance level, because more than likely there's going to be a sell-off. And that's exactly what happened. So there you go. That's another rule to write down. If near resistance level or support level, be very careful, be very wary, and be ready to take profit at those levels. So the alternative, if you don't want to be keeping an eye on it like that, because you're going to get variations, the alternative is to just take profit when the candle finishes printing. So, okay, so you buy, right? You bought here, the candle finished printing here, you take profit. So you set your timer of 14 minutes and 30 seconds, and then when the alarm goes off, you go to your chart and you're like, oh wow, it's about to finish printing, kind of sideways here. And you would have taken profit here at 748.67, and you bought like 25 cents lower, so you would have made maybe like $10. Unfortunately, you would have made less because you waited for the candle to finish printing versus taking profit at the resistance level. So there you go, right? There you go. This is real strategy, guys. Not none of this. My name is Porter Wybrute or Groot or whatever, and I just gamble, right? Like, there's real strat here. It's up to you which version of it you want to use, whether you want to take profit when the 15 minutes are up, or if it's near a resistance level, take the profit, right? And as you can see here, it actually came here and sold off. Came down to the purple line. We would not have bought anywhere here because there's no signal. And then finally you got that sweet signal right here. Ready, guys? Here is the sweet signal. Bam, bam, right there. You see it? Another cross under happening on the MACD. That is, again, counterintuitive. Cross under means we go up. So you would have bought when this candle finished printing here. You would have had your stop loss down at the bottom of the candle that you bought in at. So in this case, this candle, you would have set the stop loss down here, right? This candle, you would have set the stop loss at the body low, and there you go. And then it just kept going up in your favor, and you would have taken some money either here at this resistance, or you could alternatively just keep moving up your stop. That's the other thing you can do. Again, there's so many ways to go about it. It's going to be up to you to use your discretion and figure out what you're comfortable with. So if you like taking less risk, you're like, you know what, I just want to get out with the money, I'll just set a 15-minute timer after I enter, and when that 15 minutes are up, I'll just take the green. Or you can move your stop loss as it goes up in your favor. So your stop loss is here. You move it up here underneath that candle body. And then you keep moving it up until a candle turns red. Once you see your first red candle, then you take profit. That's another way to go about it, right? If there's truly strength and momentum to the upside, you're not going to get stopped out right away. And you're not going to get a red candle right away. Again, we're talking about the long side, but the short side is just the opposite. So There you go. And I'm mainly talking long side because we're above the purple line. Remember, above the purple line, you buy calls. Below the purple line, only puts. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. Maybe it's a lot. For me, it's just kind of another day. Very counterintuitive because usually crossover equals you go long, not the other way around. So, might have to retrain your brain to think differently there. And there you go. Go test it out. Go try it out. Maybe you're not comfortable with it. Maybe you are. Maybe you love it so much you use it on other stocks. I think it works with QBTS as well because I did use it on QBTS. I did use it on QBTS this morning. I was like, you know what? We're getting the signal here. So let me just go long. And it did move in our favor here. So we made like 1.something%. Not much. But hey, if it works on QBTS, you better believe I'm going to use it on QBTS. So maybe you don't want to trade SPY options with the strategy. Maybe you take it somewhere else. Maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to use it on NUAI, APLD, BBAI. I don't know. It's up to you, entirely up to you how you want to use that strat. Maybe you'll have to make some adjustments to the numbers on the MACD, but again, this was made specifically for SPY options. So far, 100% win rate, and it's a little too good to be true, so I'm going to continue testing it to see where the flaws are. Alright guys, that's it for the video. As always, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to join the Discord for alerts, patreon.com/ShadingTrades. We will be putting these strategies to use. We're already putting it to use on D-Wave, and we already made our 1.1%. And that adds up. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but you do 1% return every day. That adds up over the course of 20 trading days. That's 20% a month. That's 240% a year. So that's the power of that 1%, right? An apple a day keeps the something away, all right? In this case, 1% a day adds up to a lot of money. So there you go, guys. That's I don't know. I'm just giving it to you straight, guys. If you fuck it up, that's on you. I don't know. What do you want me to say to you? Like, I don't know. I just give it to you for free, straight to your face. I give it away for free because it's easy. It looks easy, but you got to know what the hell you're doing. You just got to get in there and get the experience, right? You can read all the books you want. You can watch all the videos you want. You actually got to go in there and do the damn work. So that's why I give it away for free, because most people aren't going to bother.